Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Corner. We are back in the office this week, but first I just wanted to say a quick happy birthday to Sarah Blackstone, who's not with me today. She's usually my partner in crime, but it's her birthday and she's on vacation, so I hope she has a wonderful birthday and enjoys a little bit of time off. It's well deserved. Happy spring. There's so many great things going on in Newburyport, but I've got to start the show officially on a sad note. Byron Matthews, former mayor of Newburyport, passed away this past weekend. And I got the news early Sunday morning, and 94 years old, lived just an incredible life, and just an all-around cool guy. So, and just did so much for Newburyport. So like for those of you who didn't grow up here, he was a just larger-than-life figure, okay? He was mayor of Newburyport. He was the first full-time mayor in Newburyport from 1968 to 1978, really oversaw all of the urban renewal of the downtown, right? So it kind of started with his predecessor, then he comes in and gets to see this project almost through till completion. And then he went on to more other great things in his career. He was on the boards of different things like Northern Essex and North Shore Economic Council. I mean, he had his hands in everywhere, but just a really terrific guy. I was so thrilled that he was able to come to my inauguration because he was one of those larger-than-life figures when I was growing up, just a real legend. His wife, Helen, is a legend in her own right. She was a longtime secretary at the Belleville and then Bresnahan School, but just really great couple with a great family. They raised two great boys, now men here in Newburyport. So just my thoughts and prayers go out to the family. I know it's always difficult losing someone with such a presence as Byron. Clerk Richard Jones and I were able to take Byron and his son Peter out to lunch at the very, very end, the very last day of January. But God, we just had a great time, and it was just wonderful talking to him about the job, being here a year, and then kind of recapping that with him, and then talking about some of the challenges I was having and what I have coming up. And it was just great getting his take on that. And still, he was just an encyclopedia about Newburyport, just the stories that I could sit around and listen to around the table of him and the people they were talking about and the things that they did was really awesome. And I love doing that. Again, my parents and grandparents both grew up here as well, so I love listening to those old stories about Newburyport. So really just a true legend for Newburyport. And again, just walking around downtown, you can see what his legacy is. And so again, I'm looking forward to whenever the family decides to have the celebration this spring, my family will be there, and just, it will really be a great chance to just celebrate all he did for Newburyport. Again, born in Anna Jakes, he was a Clipper, city councilor, and then went on to be mayor and really just transformed Newburyport forever. So pretty great story. What else is going on? So last week I got to attend the Fran Dalton Remembers at the Firehouse, and I just wanted to give them a quick shout out because Anna Smolowitz was the one that invited me, and I got to say a few words, but what a great night that was. It was completely sold out, and again, it kind of feeds into what I was just talking about Byron. Fran was known for her photography, and so that night was a celebration. There was like a 22-minute slideshow about her photography, and it was all pictures of Newburyport taken during that time from like the late 60s all the way through the 80s, and so it was just great following that picture history of Newburyport. So that was a great night, great stories, and again, Fran is someone who also left her mark on Newburyport and lives through her art. So again, if you haven't picked up this book yet, go to the Jabberwocky, look for this book. It's Fran's work that they were able to put and get published, but it's pretty great pictures of Newburyport. I actually have a big announcement this week. We actually hired a DPS director. It is true. It finally happened. After a long process, we were able to announce Monday night that Wayne Amaral, currently the director of DPW in West Newbury, has accepted my job offer to come work for Newburyport as the next DPS director. 5 years ago, Wayne was here as the deputy director, so he's very familiar with Newburyport, knows a lot of the people in place, not only on the city side, but some of the former city councilors are still here that worked with Wayne. So it really was just a great fit all around. Wayne brings just a tremendous amount of knowledge, not only about Newburyport, but he also brings his own skills and experiences that are uniquely fit for Newburyport. So we're excited about this. Again, this was a big position that we needed to get filled, and Wayne is going to start on May 1st. So we've already submitted his name. Hopefully his appointment to City Council goes smoothly. I have no doubt that it will. And we'll get him ready to go for May 1st. So we're excited that, Wayne, welcome. And again, we're really looking forward to getting you on board in moving a lot of these things that we're trying to do in DPS forward. And he knows what that looks like. We have a lot of big projects out there around water, sewer, highway, and now parks. And Wayne's going to be the one that's going to help us push those things forward and also give us a vision for DPS for the future as well. So thank you, Wayne. The Dredge has started. Oh my goodness, another big announcement. We've had some good announcements this week. The Dredge has started. So maybe we can put some video up. I know a lot of our residents are sending videos to me, but the Dredge started back up Monday night. They started at like 9 p.m. Monday night, and they're going to be going, as long as the weather cooperates, they're going to be going 24/7. And it's amazing all the sand that they've already put out there. So it's pretty neat. So I'll say this, like, look for the webcams to get an update. Do not go out to the beach. So right now we've really locked down the beach at Plum Island, particularly at the point area where all the equipment is located, but we've really closed that off completely, even the playground for now. We're really trying to get people to stay away from the beach. I know that's tough for residents who are used to being able to walk out there and walk the beach each day, but let us get this dredge done. It's an unsafe area right now, but again, we have, the company that's come in, Norfolk Dredging, and they have some pretty impressive equipment, and so it's amazing the work that they're getting done, but we want that work to go smoothly. So let's let them get the work done, and then we'll open up the beach when it's ready. But we're just really excited, and I'm sure it's a big relief for a lot of the residents out there, especially on Reservation Terrace, to get that dredge actually going and going full bore and seeing that sand get put on the beach. So that's pretty great. Our fire chief search is still moving on. So we got 8 applicants for the fire chief search, which is great. And so we do have a fire chief screening committee that is being led by former Sheriff Frank Cousins. And so they're actually meeting on Friday, and I think they'll start going through those applications and resumes. And the goal would be to get that list of 8 down to 4 or 5. And that 4 or 5 will then be interviewed and then put through the Fire Chief Assessment Center. So that process is moving along, and we feel really good about the applicants that have applied for that job. Again, another big position, right? DPS, fire, and then the marshal. Those are 3 really big positions. So we got DPS check. Now the next one is Fire Chief, and obviously we have Marshal Murray at the police department. So again, moving forward in that process. MEVA, right? So Merrimack Valley Transit Authority, and it goes by MEVA. They've got the snazzy new buses that you can see around town. The new bus routes that we've been talking about, and I know Andrew Levine and I took a ride to check out the new routes the other day around mid-March. They're officially going to launch on April 3rd, so Monday. And I do think, I do like the new routes. I think, they've really tried to listen to each of the communities to help, increase ridership along the route. But I really think between Amesbury, Newburyport, and Salisbury, it's really going to improve transportation between those three towns and cities. And I think MEVA is still really open to working with us on those routes as well. So again, I would say check them out, see where you can pick them up. Again, it's free right now too. We're going to try to push out to the public as much information as we can to help people. I think it's an underused resource that we have here in Newburyport, and it does connect different parts of town. There's still a couple neighborhoods I would like to find a way to connect, but for right now, I think it's a good route. They start on Monday, so please check them out. And if you have any questions, please reach out to my office. But we're excited to continue to work with MEVA, and again, they've been great to work throughout this whole process. So a couple more promotional things. So community service in Newburyport, we're still doing the toilet paper drive till the end of the week. So if you have some toilet paper you would like to donate, draw up, preferably not used. No, that's a terrible joke. You can come in with your singles or your 4-packs of toilet paper, and we're still collecting those through Friday. My open office hours are this week, so remember those are always the last Thursday and Friday of the month, back to back. So Thursday we'll do from 6 to 7 p.m. open office hours, my big block of cheese night. Come on in. I'll have my cheese and crackers here, and you can tell me what's on your mind about Newburyport. And then Friday morning, the next day, I always do it from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So if you're around this week and you have something you want to talk about, come on by and see me. What else is going on? Fiddler on the Roof is opening on Friday at NHS. I'm really excited to see this show. I'm not sure what show I'm going to get to yet. It probably won't be until next week. So they open up, and they're going to do March 30th, Friday, and then Saturday, April 1st. And then it'll be the following weekend, Friday, the 6th, 7th, and 8th is when the show will run. So I'm probably going to go to the show on the 6th. I haven't bought my tickets yet, but I'm going to do that. But I'm really excited to see Fiddler at NHS. I was one of those. I used to do all the musicals up at NHS. So again, it's going to be great to go back there with the family and see their latest performance, which is going to be great. So we're getting done with the toilet paper drive, okay, and then we have a new donation opportunity here at City Hall for the month of April, and it's called Mission Socks. It's actually going to start on Thursday, but it's called Mission Socks, and it's about a couple of students put this together. So I want to give a shout out to Isla and Jackson DeVivo, who reached out to me and said they wanted to do this socks drive, all right? So what they're doing is they're collecting new pair of socks, and they can be any color, any size, any design, but it's for people in need, okay? So what they wrote to me, they said, people in need deserve comfort, even if that just means having a fresh pair of socks. So they're putting these socks box, which is another cool thing, socks boxes all over Newburyport. So they'll be in our schools. We're going to have a socks box here at City Hall. We're going to have one at the library and at the senior center, and there's actually going to be one at the IC as well. So if you see one of these, if you want to go out and buy a pair of new socks and donate it, these socks boxes will be set up throughout the month of April. And just thanks again to the DeVivo kids for headlining this effort, and I really think it's a great idea. And again, hopefully I get to meet both of you soon. What else? So there's a couple different fundraisers going on this weekend as well I wanted to just cause attention to. First, Thursday night, I've been talking about this throughout the month, but this is that fundraiser at the Elks Hall for Ukraine relief. This has been in the works for a long time. There's a couple different organizations that kind of came together and they wanted to raise money for the war that's still going on in Ukraine. So that's happening at the Elks Hall on Thursday night. They're going to be having an auction, so a lot of different opportunities to get something, but also your money's all going towards a good cause too. So I hope they have a lot of success with that. And then Sunday, there is a concert. So this is April 2nd at 2 p.m. at the Belleville Church. And this is a peace concert featuring Bonnie Barish. And that's going to be at the Belleville Church at 2 o'clock on Sunday. And it's a concert for peace, so I hope you guys can attend there as well. And finally, the last thing I just want to mention quickly is the Forever Green campaign is still going on. I did a whole Mayor's Corner on this a couple weeks ago, but this is going to run through Earth Day, which is April 22nd. So just be on the lookout of things going on around the city. The Windows for Change will be up and around town. Different businesses will have different windows set up by local artists, each with a different theme. But check out the city and the chamber website for events that are going on during this Forever Green campaign. And again, thank you for the chamber for partnering with us. And that's it for my Mayor's Corner this week. I hope everyone enjoys the weather. It's starting to be spring out here. You're going to see parklets up soon. The weather's going to keep getting warmer, and there's going to be so many great things going on in our city. And again, have a great day, and I will see you next time on the Mayor's Corner.